days in office. But is the far left seal of approval a red flag for our country's future?
Our next guest, Daniel Martino, fled the socialist regime of Venezuela for the U.S. and joins us now with more. Daniel, thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I understand that you came here as a student on a student visa, but I'm curious, what was Venezuela like when you left?
Venezuela was a country that was headed for what it is now, which is massive starvation. And it's really sad to say for me because it's where I grew up. But, you know, even when I was a kid, I wasn't able to carry enough cash in my pocket to buy things in the school cafeteria because prices had gone up so fast that it just couldn't fit enough cash in my pockets. And, you know, I had to make lines to buy food. There was no electricity many times per week, no water several weeks straight. It was a real struggle, and that's why so many millions of people have left.
That is a reality that I don't think enough people here in this country understand. As for the Biden progressive policy proposals in the first 100 days, this is just so far. He proposes to increase corporate taxes, raising taxes on the wealthy, overhaul the immigration system, support a pathway to citizenship for illegal immigrants, support focus on green infrastructure, rescind the Keystone XL oil pipeline, push for gun control, and reverse the transgender military ban. Daniel, how worried are you that this is just the start here in America and that we're going to look like Venezuela all too soon?
Well, look, this is just the first 100 days. And look how much he has achieved. You know, I have to give credit to AOC. She's truly being successful in her pursuit of passing the Green New Deal, of passing all the policies that she wanted. She herself said it, and I think she's doing a good job for her own standards. I think it's a terrible thing for America, though, because the plan that they want to pass now, the supposed infrastructure plan, is going to cost over $7,000 per American citizen. $7,000 to buy what? Electric cars? Look, I love Teslas. I would love to have a Tesla, but I don't think the American taxpayer should be on the hook for getting somebody else a Tesla.
Before we move on to the next topic, I want to know, what do you love about this country?
Look, the thing that attracted me to America, different from Europe or any other even developed or rich country in the world, was that there is a culture, there is a huge proportion of the population here who loves freedom. This is a country founded upon the values of faith, of Christianity. It is a country that values not just the faith, but also the freedom to practice different faiths. And that's not something that happens in Europe. You know, those are countries based on ethnicities, those are countries based on history rather than based on values. And I felt identified with American values, and that's why I wanted to come here.
That's great.
Meantime, Daniel, take a look at this. The 2020 census shows Democrat-leaning states have lost House seats and Republican-leaning states have gained them. There's the map on your screen right there.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, it's so fascinating. You see Texas seeming to be the big winner. But why, Daniel, when faced with the evidence that people are fleeing their policies, do these Democrat states double down and bolster the policies that force these people to leave in the first place? That makes no sense to me. Can you explain it?
Well, look, it happens at the country level, too. It's not just in the States. It happens in Latin America. It happens in Africa, in Asia. It happens all over the world. It seems like some places are just with different institutions that condemn them to these terrible fates. The good thing for us, though, is that we have good evidence here in the United States that Republican policies are working and are attracting people and are creating jobs. You see it in South Dakota, the state with the lowest unemployment next to Utah and Nebraska, less than 3%. What's happening in New York now? There's millions of people unemployed all over the country, and it's in the blue states. The red states are booming. We need to double down on the good policies, put a contrast with Biden, and pass free markets reform while he tries to destroy the blue states and people flee to ours.
Daniel Martino, it was a pleasure talking to you this morning.